Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about a romance and betrayal movie. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe to help the channel. Now let's go. In the first scene, we see a man and a woman. Nick and Aviva. At a first glance, one would think that they are a couple, but that's not the case here. Aviva is a married woman who cheats on her husband with Nick. Nick also happens to be her lawyer, and together, they plan on making Aviva claim half of her husband's property through a divorce. We see Aviva talking about how much she has fallen out of love for her husband, and how much she hates him now. She says she is willing to do anything, as long as she gets what she wants. In the next scene, we see Aviva approaching a woman. Her name is Simi, and she is a private investigator. Aviva expresses her surprise of meeting a female private investigator for the first time, but Simi replied by saying there are a lot of us, you just don't see it. Aviva gives her the job of following her husband, so she can get valuable evidences of him cheating. Simi asks Aviva if she has seen her husband cheat before, but she says she has not caught him yet, but she has a strong feeling that he is cheating. Aviva hands her the information about her husband, then Simi takes the job. In another scene, we see Aviva's husband. His name is Wande. He gets into the house and is greeted by his wife. She asks him why he returned early from work, then he says he is meeting later on, but he just came home to have some rest. While they were conversing, a girl interrupts them and tells Aviva that she is done with the kitchen chores. Her name is Ruki. Aviva asks her to take her rest, so she leaves the couple in the living room. Wande asks Aviva who the girl is, and she tells him that Ruki is the new maid she just hired. He inquires about the previous maid they had, but Aviva says she hasn't been meeting up to her duties, so she had to fire her. Hearing this, Wande gets in an argument about the way Aviva spends money unnecessarily. The next day, we see Ruki cleaning the house, then Wande walks in. He asks her if she is comfortable in his home, to which she replied with a yes. She also expresses her appreciation of being hired by the couple, and also promised to be of her best behavior. Hearing this, Wande asks her to come to him in case she is in need of anything. In the next scene, we get a glimpse of what is truly happening. Ruki was hired by Aviva to seduce and get intimate with Wande, and thereafter, she can get a divorce by using evidences of him cheating. Ruki expresses her fear of doing such a thing to a man like Wande, but Aviva reminds her of why she took the job in the first place. Ruki's mother and siblings have financial problems, but with the money she will get for doing the job, she can provide a comfortable life for herself and her siblings. Ruki agrees to do it once again, but she asks Aviva how she can succeed in seducing a man like Wande. Aviva simply replies by saying I have a plan. In another scene, we see Wande trying to leave his house at night, but Aviva picks up a fight with him. She plans to make him angry with her, so that her plans with Ruki can work. While on the way, Wande sees Ruki standing by the roadside. He asks her what she is doing there, and she says she was given the day off by Aviva. Wande offers to take her out, but she declines at first. He remains persistent, then she eventually follows him to a drinking spot. They both take drinks and chat for a while before getting back in the car. While in the car, Wande leans in for a kiss, but Ruki resists him. She eventually warms up to him, and then they both end up in a hotel. They both get intimate, and they eventually spend the night in the hotel. The next morning, we see Ruki serving breakfast to Wande, then his wife walks in. She asks him why he wasn't home last night, but this only makes him uneasy, then he makes up an excuse about an emergency at his workplace. In another scene, we see Simi giving Aviva the pictures of her husband with Ruki. Seeing an evidence she can use against her husband, Aviva becomes very happy. She gives Simi her payment for the job, but tells her it's only half payment, and that she will get the full payment once she successfully divorces her husband. Simi protests and says it wasn't the initial agreement, but Aviva tells her there's been a change of plan. Simi steps out of the car, and from her demeanor, it's obvious that she is upset at Aviva. When Wande gets home from work, he sees that Aviva has locked him out. He calls out her name, but she comes out, only to tell him that he no longer has the right to live in the house. She tells him she has evidences of him cheating, and that her lawyer will contact him for due process. In another scene, we see Ruki and her friend in a restaurant. She tells her friend how bad she feels for doing such a thing to Wande, and that she is genuinely falling in love with him. Her friend advises her to listen to her heart and confess to him. She tells Ruki to confess how she feels to Wande, and also apologize to him for what she's done. Ruki sees it as a bad idea, and decides to keep her feelings to herself. In the next scene, we see Wande and his lawyer with Aviva and her lover who doubles as her lawyer. Wande's lawyer proposes reconciliation for the couple, but Mike kicks against it. He says Aviva has made her decision, and wasting more time would only worsen the case. Wanda's lawyer asks for a proposal, and then Mike asks for a monthly payment of $2 million, possession of the house, and 50% of cash and liquid assets. Wanda's lawyer calls the proposal outrageous, but Mike reminds of the marital prenuptial agreement, and states that they will only get more if they head to court. Wanda and his lawyer are dumbfounded by this news. Then the scene cuts to Aviva and Mike celebrating their victory. While they are celebrating, they both receive calls from Simi requesting for her balance for the job, but they refuse to pay her any mind. Simi becomes furious at this, so she decides to play a smart one on them. She follows them and takes pictures of them having an affair. She also taps their phones and records their conversation. Then she goes to meet Wanda. She offers to rid him of his troubles, only if he is ready to pay. Wanda seems not to understand, so she tells him that she has video and picture evidences of Aviva and Mike's affair. Hearing this, he offers to pay her fee, as long as he gets the evidences. Simi also tells him about Ruki, and how she has all been part of the plan, which also makes Wanda more heartbroken. Wanda meets his lawyer and asks him if he can make a case against Aviva with such an evidence. Then the lawyer replies that he can make a case against them and win. He says it's a case of connivance, in which a person sets up a case to be very tempting, and the victim would not be able to resist. It means that Wanda would not only win the case against his wife, but she and her lover can also serve jail terms because of the act. Wanda becomes happy on hearing this, so he asks his lawyer to provide him with a court order to access his house. He collects the evidences from Simi, then pays her the fee as she requested. In another scene, we see Wanda picking his personal belongings from the house, then Ruki walks in on him. She confesses all that she has done, and tells him that she did it because of her family's situation. Wanda becomes touched by her sincerity and decides to forgive her regardless of all she has done. He tells her that he will take care of her mother and siblings, and she doesn't have to worry about money again. While Wanda is heading out, he sees Mike coming into the house. Mike asks him what he is doing in the house, then Wanda tells him he took a court order to pick up his personal belongings. While they are talking, Aviva calls Mike, then he tells her that Wanda is in the house. She tells Mike to ask Wanda to leave the house, and that she doesn't want to see him. When Mike drops the call, Wanda sits him down and tells him he already knows about everything. He throws some copies of the pictures at him and leaves the house with Ruki. In summary, I think the movie teaches us not to play smart on everyone. Aviva and Mike did everything right, but they forgot about Simi. If you like the channel, please subscribe for more stories. Also check out the channel for interesting videos.